Hey.
Now, when you say trip guard, for those who don't know what it means, can you give a quick little rundown?
I'm gonna talk some
normally when
patch
you
notes.
do not do an attack at all, you can block as soon as you land.
Oh my god, he doesn't have a beard. What the hell happened? It's been one day.
When you land, a few frames of recovery, and you can actually punish that. So, like, if Kung Lao jumps no big hat, it doesn't actually hit.
He just has a mustache.
Could do, like, a shoulder
Holy
guard
crap.
to punish him.
Gotcha. Okay.
Wow.
And another general change is the clock runs real time as opposed to a slightly slower.
You get temp here.
So it'll be easier to time people out.
Did not expect that.
Against you the other day. Around, not the match. I even bluffed the match, but of course I did.
That's good for your noise, right?
All
right.
Drone interactables.
Yep.
You can actually throw them and then hold down to throw them
Yep.
a little bit downward. I think it's the base over here.
Just wake up.
Let's take a look at that on
Yep.
the screen, huh?
Sounds like you're struggling, but that's okay.
No, we're good.
Make me
We're already recording.
Okay, cool.
Just an FYI.
Let's see. Have they started yet? Am I that? How late am I?
They started like 3 minutes ago. It's not a lot.
To change the arc
Sweet.
and that affects different throw interactions.
Shit. I need to grab my e-cigarette. I will be right back.
You do.
Oh fuck, they're already doing changes too.
You do what you're doing. It'll be okay.
And it'll make it harder for somebody to duck underneath it, but then it also won't go full screen. It's going to go downward into the ground.
Gotcha.
And this applies to special move style interactables. That applies to the Ice Clone and Tremor's Rock Summon.
A lot of the interactables that has grabs in them, like similar to this one, like if he's sitting here blocking, this thing's an actual real throw attack. So you can't block that. It'll actually, you can use it inside of combos and stuff. And that affects all the ones that have these kind of grab. And,
That's cool.
Another thing that's slightly harder to notice, but like if Kenshi does is a or a high attack, and I actually would punish it. Some of the sparks would be red instead of white. It's a little hard to see with Slasher Jason because the blood's on top of it, but that is something that's a general change. Where a lot of times the hit sparks would be red on that counter hit.
And that
Noises.
Block punishes as well. So if you block something your slot and then you do a quick attack and punish it, the hit sparks will be red.
So you'll know when you're punishing by the spark color, which will help people who maybe are learning how to punish in training mode too.
Another small general change is at the end of a round, you kill somebody with a throw and you meter burn it.
Alright. Are they doing Kenshi changes or Jason changes?
Only at the end of the match,
I think
form a lot of the ground
Jason.
in an actual combo. So they actually let
Well, that's good, because I'm way more excited about Kenshi's changes than Jason's. Both are low tier, but, believe it or not, Jason's actually doing more in tournament than Kenshi is right now.
Up in the air, do a movement throw, and then continue to do like a combo string into whatever triggers the brutality. Maybe a command grab or whatever, and then it'll go into the brutality. Like it's one long combo.
So you created something in a patch to make the game more swaggy.
Absolutely.
Okay, that's fair. That's fair.
It's awesome.
I'm not arguing that. Okay.
They should patch Machete into his other variations. That would be my preferred buff.
There's a couple more things. In the beta, there was a change where command grabs would combo on.
Fuck, I'm out of breath. It's just hard to... Oh man, this one was rough to get to. It was hard timing this, but... I guess Django's still at work?
I don't know. Probably.
Yeah, I imagine.
And then some other like normal moves, like Kung Lao's teleport grab, that one also connect the hair block.
Something to go along with my face, Django suggests.
Anything else? Did you have anything else?
I think your face is fine.
As fabulous as your mug is, staring at your raw enthusiasm throughout could lead to some confused and unintended emotions from viewers.
I've seen the word buff
And it's just too hype,
a lot.
I
Did
think.
we buff Jason?
I don't know. Okay.
So,
Should we put the stream on it?
If it works, if it's not too obtrusive, sure.
I mean, I can try. I just didn't know if we should, based on, like,
and it can hit from pretty far back.
the less we try and get ourselves flagged and in trouble or targeted by them, the better. But alright, I mean, you can try it.
Machete Toss also has shaved off some recovery, both the regular and EX, which will help them in zoning. And it's already a really damaging projectile, so now it recovers a little bit faster.
Yeah, but it's not like crazy like that. There's a few frames shaved off.
Yeah. As well as across the board, a lot of his down moves, his uppercut, his down 1, and his down 4.
Let's see,
all,
what page
quite a bit
URL?
faster. I think that's it for slasher, right?
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah, with general like.
I wonder how faster.
Yeah.
With Flash, you gotta-
That makes me
Down one is faster,
curious.
significantly
Let
faster,
them show you.
and that'll again help them, like Paulo said, against people that kind of earn mid-range, low-profile him really easy. Then in the other two, his back 1-2-2 reaction changed a little bit. It's
See
easier
if
for the
this will
combo. He doesn't
actually
have to
load
use
said
stamina
video.
anymore. He doesn't have to do a quick run. It's true. Even you can do those combos now.
I don't believe it.
Is there a way we can get Razor in this, or?
Well, you don't have to do the run anymore.
I can just do that?
Yeah, you can just do
Yeah, 1 second. Trying to
Sure.
figure out the Twitch thing.
Or you can do that move, actually run up and do a neutral jump punch. So there are harder combos you can do now, as opposed to just a big one.
I'm good.
His bear hug has a really cool engine EX.
So far, I'm getting no video.
He can
I
actually
don't know if I have to
control
log
which
in or
way
not.
he's
I
throwing them.
doubt it, but
So if you're cornered, you can hold forward, and it'll keep them cornered. Before, Jason kind of had a law where his up close game is pretty good with the command grab, but he would ultimately throw them away from the corner. Now you don't have to worry about that. That's EX only, but that's really strong. He has a buff. In Relentless, the more damage he takes, the better damage he does. That was slightly increased across the board, like 40%.
if only Django was the one actually doing things, he could just do it himself.
What? I don't really know his story right now. I don't know what his hours are these days. I know they used to be way more flexible. That's why we were able to record like at 7 a.m., but I don't know. It sounds like his schedule kind of shifts around quite a bit.
Or even go into
I think your face is fine, dude. I don't think we need any
Wow.
other
Okay. Let's just.
don't-
knocked far
All
away,
right.
you can only
Okay.
do a combo
That's a good thing. That's a good thing.
up close for sure.
I didn't even know about
I mean, if I cared about a lot of these things, I'm sure it'd be more entertaining. But I
It was increased a little bit,
don't know.
and he has new extensions.
Well, when Katana comes up, that may be exciting, unless they nerf the shit out of her, which I don't think they'll do. I don't think that's going to happen.
Wow.
They may not change her at all. Katana, I think out of all the characters in the roster, that's the one character I probably wouldn't change.
Down one, which is a quick
Why
overhead,
is this not
and up
loading
one,
a
which is
video?
a pop-up. So he can, again, that's another move he can use in that mid-range to beat people that are doing low pokes to try to keep them out.
This is a
He
mystery.
does look a lot better. Like, Jason does look much stronger already.
Yeah, this is me.
Just a lot more opportunities, it seems like.
I'll get Razor in here because this isn't getting very far. So let me grab him real
Gotcha.
quick.
On block, and that's something that's kind of across the board on kind of big boot, big leg style moves that we'll be going back to. He's the first one we're talking about that has that. And I think that's it for Relentless.
pretty good stuff.
Yeah, that's good. So then Unstoppable, we did
Morning,
a few
Razor.
things with his buffs.
Hey guys,
Oh, do tell more.
What's up?
I've dealt with this a lot.
So how have you been?
I've been good.
Buff both last longer,
Nice.
and they do a little bit more. The damage buff now.
Wish I could have got in on more of these streams, but I'm never home on Thursday.
The Kenshi and armor.
That's my new day off, so it's my now my favorite day of the week.
I'll let you actually do
You excited about these Jason buffs?
You'll see. It'll actually.
Uh,
And then you get a
I'm excited for Cyborg, I think.
will actually build.
Should I be? Is that, I mean, how does he feel? Because it's his boy. That's your boy.
That's a good question. You gonna start going hard on Jason now that Jason's a lot better, Cyborg?
This one does not build a bar since you have to use a bar, but
Yeah. I don't know. Probably not, but I mean, I don't know. I guess it depends. He's just, I don't know. I wouldn't be opposed to playing him. I mean, obviously, I campaigned hard for him to be in the game, but you know, you got to play the game to be able to play the character. So
I think that's it for Jason.
Well, I mean, you got your
Game
plate full.
sometimes.
Cyrax is
Yeah,
kind of
that's
sort of
true.
on the way. A third of Cyrax is on the way.
yeah, we'll see. We'll see. I mean, I like Katana still, of course, and enjoy her if I was playing. And
Keep in mind there'll be other small, like,
Jason, I did enjoy from what I did play of the slasher when I did try him. So if he gets better, then that's only gonna help. But I don't know. We'll see on Cyrax versions of, or the Cyrax part of Triborg, whether I decide to get him or not.
Is it weird that that's coming out like in 4 days? Like,
Yeah,
is
it
that
doesn't
for anyone
feel
else?
like that it's that soon, but it is.
Yeah, it's Tuesday. I'm going to be playing as Smoke again. That's so surreal to me.
Let me. See.
I
I'm
feel
not
like
excited
we
because
need
part of me
more
doesn't
hype
believe
video.
it.
Well, we got Kenshi on the screen.
What's Kenji got?
Can't you get anything?
But yeah.
He's got faster pokes overall.
It's
Well,
coming.
we'll see what happens. It's going to be a pivotal turning point, possibly.
Down one now. Same thing with his down 3 and down 4.
Yeah.
I would like to play the game more,
Better, recovery
and
on
that's a
him.
reason.
We will. We're gonna. Because the new netcode rolls out, I think, Tuesday as well, so that's a big deal.
Oh jeez, this is weird.
That'll let you play.
What's happening?
I got like a
Yeah, his 4-3 is better on block.
chat.
Is much
I got
faster.
I got multiple things of my own desktop. This is weird. This isn't good. This is not good. Alright, so let's get rid of that. Let's get rid of this because it's not loading video. Screen capture. See if I do this. Screen capture.
Okay, so far so good on Kenshi.
In possessed and balanced, he now has 4-2-1-1 and 4-2-1-4. The four.
I guess that's. I mean, I like the idea of Possessed having more moves because it was really kind of always just balanced with slightly different graphics.
Yeah. And it was a very, one-trick kind of mix-up with that teleport, so it looks like you have now more options when you do that teleport.
I always thought Kenshi with a teleport was weird. Like the Mind Warp move in the 3D era games was completely useless.
Yeah, well, it's kind of like Sub-Zero to me. If Sub-Zero should never have a teleport, and I don't see why Kenshi should never have a teleport either.
Yeah, like it's not like that's not a form of telekinesis. Like,
or cryomancy.
I can almost buy it in Possessed because his shit is more like ghosts than. I don't know, like I can
Naruto's traveling through the spectral plane.
Yeah, but there's no version of Sub-Zero's powers that makes sense with him like turning to ice and shattering and putting himself back together. Like if he
he's
can
not
do that,
fucking
he can
places.
survive any fatality.
Yeah, it makes no. He should die. He should die every time he tries to do that teleport.
Pretty much.
So it's a problem.
Oh man.
Oh yeah, you're possessed. Okay, yeah, it's.
Alright, we
it
are
acts similar
good.
to Kotal's parry thing. Like it can absorb normal attacks and then.
Okay, so we're doing balanced now. Okay, this is kind of the one I primarily use when I play Kenshi. So
Yeah, I mean it's the one I wanted most. So.
So you can
It's the,
parry more than his projectiles now. You can like parry a punch with your
The most
sword. That's
MK9
cool.
of his movesets, right?
It's almost identical outside of the normals and strings.
Because his third one, Kenjutsu.
Yeah, it's a Deadly Alliance
Yeah,
one.
that's the Deadly Alliance one.
Cool.
And there's slight damage.
Which was arguably his best in the beta. That's what I've been told.
8% instead of 5. And those are the kind of things that you can look for in the patch notes.
I feel like I'm getting the stream volume from somebody.
Let me mute mine. You shouldn't be getting anything from me because I'm on headphones anyway, but I muted it.
Yeah, I don't think you should be getting any from me, but I'll turn it down anyway.
Well, we'll skip the new alien, of course.
Are we done with Kenshi?
I don't hear it anymore.
Well,
So
I guess
whatever
his
it
new
was.
string properties changed a lot, so.
Hitbox has been slightly adjusted to not hit quite as far. His variation one, EX Orbiting Hat, has more advantage on hit, but less advantage on block. So what that means is if you hit the move, it's easier to do combos and you'll get bigger combos. But on block, the block advantage is not quite as much as it was before. It's still advantage on block, but it's not
I don't like that.
it's not like double digits.
I like the fact that some characters had tight links. I thought that was cool. And they basically, now Kung Lao's link on hit from Tempest is going to be easier.
Tight
I kind of
links.
like higher execution. I don't really know how I feel about that.
The teleport into the grab can now combo on hit.
Yeah, so if, like, if you're jumping
I like higher ceilings, you know?
do that to a teleport and then
Well, I kind of suck, so I don't.
Well, you have alternatives. I mean, you have other ways to combo out of it.
Yeah,
It's
I don't play Tempest anyway. Like I only use Buzzsaw when I play Kung Lao.
Jax,
Yeah, and I only use hat tricks, so.
more punishable. So his overhead's not as safe as it used to be before. His down 3 got changed to be be -2
Interesting.
on block instead of neutral. Before that's kind of normalized with the rest of the cast. And there's increased damage scaling on a couple of his special moves, the Gotcha Grab and the downwards dash punch.
Okay. We're gonna skip Sonya for now. We're gonna come back to that though. Let's go to
Good.
Kitana.
Let's skip
Katana,
yeah.
her down 3 is now 6 frames.
I wish they'd
You'll see across the board
changed the input on his frickin' multi-slam. Is that really so much to ask?
most of them now.
Apparently it is.
I want to be able to do the move!
Yeah, Kenchi's thing where the blade comes from the sky down on your opponent is really weirdly done. You press like down, back, some button, and then you press after. Like if you press nothing after it, it goes mid range. If you press forward after it, it goes
So,
all the way
like,
back.
there's no version of it that tracks.
Right. There's nothing that
It tracked
tracks.
in MK9, and it was also his most broken move.
No. In MK9 it didn't track. You just chose right away whether you wanted to do it close up, mid,
Oh, it's
or
part of the-
far. And it's the same way in this game, but instead of having 3 separate button inputs to do it, so in MK9 it was like down forward to do it close, down back to do it medium or whatever, and then down back forward to do it far. Some BS like that. In this game, you press down back, the button, and then a direction to choose where you're doing it. So it's really
that's
awkward.
sort of like how most of the characters who teleport, like, you decide how close they get when they...
Yeah, it's just really awkwardly done. I would have just preferred the 3 separate inputs.
A general change for a lot of the smaller characters is when they're ducking and duck blocking.
I prefer not getting hit by Kenchi's sword move at all, ever.
That's-
So...
So Katana and like
That's no good.
and Scorpion.
It's good when
Alright, so this
it
is good
works.
stuff then. Katana does Assassin's a lot better. She can now do her buff mid combo. It's faster now, so that's gonna be really good. That's gonna give her a lot of damage.
It's all about that damage.
What's up?
No, I said it's all about that damage.
No. It was Assassin. It definitely is about that damage. If you don't have that, you might as well not play the variation. She's got more armor frames as well in her rush, so that's really cool.
Has 2 less active frames, so you can actually.
I'm gonna try to write some of this down if I can.
Outside of like sweep range, you build
Huh?
I'm gonna try to type some of the changes I hear.
Now recover faster on block, and they also have a bigger hitbox. So some of the issues when she was really close to you won't happen anymore. Her arm would pass through you. That's not going to happen anymore. And in variation 2, the pounce has increased range by a lot. Yeah.
Okay, that's really cool. There were times when my Sai in the middle of a combo would just whiff overhead, and that was really annoying. So the Sai has a bigger hitbox now. That's gonna make my combos easier, I think, and just better zoning.
Same thing where Shade's got some sick throws now, unlike a down.
I don't really care about Ravenous.
Thanks, Paulo.
It's gross.
And, similar to her sister, her down 1 is faster, and it's now 6 frames.
There it is.
Okay, that was from the beta. She got the faster down 1 in the beta, and it looks like that's here to stay now.
Yeah, I wonder, because they skipped Scorpion and Sub-Zero, and I wonder if that's just like, oh, everything that was in the beta is going to be the same, or...
There's some characters who you did work with earlier
Say again?
who won't be getting
They skipped over Scorpion and Sub-Zero. I wonder if that's just because everything that's in the beta is staying the same with them.
Actually, no, because Unbreakable can now freeze you with his EX slide for a combo. And so they're probably going to save him last because they changed Unbreakable so much. What changed with Takeda?
He's another character whose big leg attack.
Because this is big. For me, this is important.
Now it's more advantage on block. And probably the most interesting is in Ronin.
Tell me the ways in which Jungo is going to fuck me.
On hit it's the same, but on block it will only hit 1 time. It will no longer break armor.
And that'll make it consistent where before...
This sounds like some
there were
nerfs.
characters where it would hit twice on block, and there were some characters where sometimes it would hit once or twice on block, where now it'll just always be the same block. So you won't have to, like, sort of guess what your pressures would be afterwards.
Cool. And then you already touched on.
I just wanted to nerf the range as fucking neutral jump punch, but I know that.
And
Oh!
you showed off a little bit, but explain the change with the ice aura as well.
We're actually going to go into a match.
Oh.
Let's do.
I'm relaxed. I'm going to step back.
Okay, this is gonna be hella interesting.
And how about my boy? Tina? And then we're going to the second level. It's okay. And you pick Skype.
That's the one you wanted, right?
That was when you wanted.
What can we
Okay, so this is the moment of truth. Is Unbreakable going to be viable or not? We're going to find out now.
You still blue?
He now has a special property when his aura is active that his EX slot will freeze you in the air. That works for EX aura.
I mean, it's good, but it's not enough.
You'll then lose the aura because he's using the collected ice energies of the aura to cause the freeze.
Passing it on to
Yeah.
you.
But then he gets a combo. So that's pretty good because that means his defense is already strong.
He gets like 22% of damage.
Projectile or zoning at all, or if they're trying to pressure him, he now gets a pretty good reward for it.
Yeah, same thing on Wake Up also.
Yeah, and that's now a much better wake up attack and pretty much. It's also a really fast move. You can actually use it for punishing.
Yeah.
Cool. Kano.
Kano got a lot
Is that
of
it?
changes.
Airball.
Airball
Are you
is now
fucking with me?
over. It's now the best mix up in the game.
Ah.
From like certain
I'd-
businesses, you can get it where it'll
I'd-
not do
I'd
your
fuck
low
you.
button and low. And then also,
Fuck.
you can do your inputs faster. You can actually
That's a shame.
No changes to the shield? No changes to his fucking...
How much money did Tyler give you for all these changes?
Oh, well, that's sad.
probably none.
None.
Well-
None money.
None money.
None money was
Crown Match is still cool.
The choke hit
Yeah,
advantage is
yeah.
now a little bit better. Before, after the
Commando.
Look forward to another year of stabby stab stab, guys.
Tyler.
Jumping ahead.
That's good. That's good.
The hidden black advantage on the night
Or smoky smoke smoke. We'll see what happens
You
Tuesday.
can't stabby stab stab or smoky smoke smoke if I
I'm
don't
gonna
play
do
the
all this at
game.
the same time.
Yeah.
I'll find you. I'll make you play that game.
You'll be negative and
You're gonna hold that stick.
Liam Neeson, except instead of kidnapping his daughter, you just won't play games with him.
I have a special set of skills, man. I can stabby stab stab and hit you with a hammer.
Yeah, I think that
I don't even care about Kano changes.
mid-range game will really
Well, actually, that's not true. I do. I think this character is severely underrated.
mid-range back and
He does not need much, so let's see what
I
they
like
buff
Kano.
him with.
one is still
I don't
punishable.
like him enough to main him, but
He's definitely the most
that's the
interesting he's ever
idea
been.
of Kano.
Let
No,
me.
no, he's he's fun.
He knows how to clean a good carpet.
Oh, the back one hit
He knows how to grow a beard.
throat, he adjusted a little bit too. The range is still not the greatest, but he goes
Well,
for
it's not that he knows how to grow a beard, it's that he doesn't know how to shave it, because he keeps trying to do it with a knife.
And it doesn't work. There's no results. It clearly doesn't show any sort of change or progress. So
Cybernetic got a change that I really like.
Okay,
Moving on to Cybernetic, obviously. The up laser.
I'm just gonna scrape my chin with a dry knife and hope the hair comes off.
against Derek.
he's hoping in vain.
I mean, it's tough to do on read, but you
I've seen him stroke that chin 1,000 times.
Oh boy.
that pretty easily.
Oh, another change universal is the up ball will now hit on the first active frame. So that should be much better for
You see, the thing is, like I said, I already think this character's pretty good, to be honest with you. So anything they give him is going to scare me, because I feel like the balance shift is going to be too much if they're not careful. Any buff he could possibly get is going to be worrisome for me.
Stuff that Tyler just doesn't do.
And then we have some pretty
You
interesting
need three
changes.
things with Lumen.
You
in
stay out.
Commando got a new string. It is 2-2.
It's an advancing string.
It's a
too.
really good advancing string. And he got another new extension, back 1-3, 1+3, where he can actually do his back 1-3 and then go in and grab. And just like
Don't know if I like that.
3-2, he can beat or burn it.
A character with a lot of good full screen options now has a better footsie tool. I just don't know how I feel about that. Now, maybe the Kano community is going to blow me up and be like, no, you don't play him, you don't know what you're talking about. Fucking whatever. I don't care.
Whatever. It's dumb, stupid.
Johnny Cage.
You're being stupid.
Johnny Cage, I think we can just talk about.
I mean, I can't speak for every variation, but I have spent a lot of lab time with Cutthroat, and that is a good character. That is a good fucking variation. Safe mix-ups, like safe mix-up, decent damage, decent zoning, just good air control. I don't fucking know what is wrong with the Kano community.
Yeah, I feel like
His jump 2 also was adjusted a little bit.
Kano has, really strong,
Arms, abs, butt.
well, I was gonna say the moves he
Probably
shares
all those
across
things.
all variation, like just the cannonball is kind of broke sometimes.
It's a mind game he takes with him in every variation that you always have to respect. Kano's all about respect, you know?
Gotta respect the Kano.
It does two things.
Because you won't respect you.
Becomes the 17%
You gotta study all his moves.
punches you a bunch, and then
Or Cannonball.
now do more damage.
Yeah, just the one move.
Cannonball, they could be
Just the
fun.
one.
More chip damage.
Right. So he can actually get some really good meterless damage.
Reptile's another one. I'm wondering what's going to happen with our buddy Reptile.
Block because they're afraid you do a 17% throw.
There you go. That's not.
Does anyone remember Reptile's real name?
Size off.
Where are we at on the list?
Huh.
Size off.
Maybe we should call him that instead. Oh, Cassie, holy shit.
Flip kick is 1 frame slower.
Oh gosh.
Now this might be relevant to my interests.
Yeah, that move is now.
Exactly.
Put her in the dumpster, folks.
I will check the stream chat to see what they think of 1 frame.
Yes, that 1 frame. She before.
Are you fucking kidding? 1 frame? 1 frame?
Slightly normalized. It's now actually still probably the fastest combo starter in the game, but the EX one also lost its armor. It's
Hold on
now.
1 second.
What?
One guy just wrote more like fisted buffs.
Okay, that's good. That's going to help out a lot.
I'll continue on the Twitch chat. You guys go ahead.
Yeah, the EX flip kick no longer has armor. It's still safe. It's still really, really fast.
Yeah, so it's more generally you can use it to end your strings and sort of like if you're going for a higher low, you can just automatically do the expert click and be safe on block to get away. It's not really meant to be used as a just armored like 7-frame launcher.
Okay, so stream chat ruined, totally ruined, blank, ruined. Sonya is ruined. That's not even the right character.
It's not even the right character.
Well, maybe
That's good.
it's her mother.
Maybe
It's so deep. Her
Maybe
family's
that's a
a
fortune teller also.
that could be.
The other thing about the nut punch is the nut punch hit advantage no longer varies based on height. Before, the higher up you were, the more advantage Cassie has, and that's no longer the case.
But-
And
What about the flavor of the gum?
She has enhanced versions of her grab, which just do more damage.
She seems like a traditional bubble girl.
Instead of combos.
and they have armor.
I don't think there's mint in that mouth.
So she lost.
I was thinking more like bubblicious, like grape or something.
Yeah.
She could be like a sort of a spicy cinnamon girl.
2+4 instead of 1+2.
Maybe she's so hardcore she has like the zebra stripe gum that has flavor for 10 seconds.
Won't give it rack.
I don't need flavor.
Great.
Yeah.
Yeah, that zebra gum was horrible.
Give me flavor for 10
The only
seconds.
change were her back
That is
forward
it.
two, just the regular one.
She could be a bazooka girl.
Less punishable. I think
Yeah.
it's only slightly negative now. And then the really big thing is the EX one is.
The good thing about this is I did want them to patch conservatively, which it looks like they 50% did. So I'm glad there's not huge changes across the board, but I don't think Kano needed all that. Kenshi needed... I need to review Kenshi's changes again.
Similar to Kenshi, she had a lot of like hit
I'm waiting for them to say the infinite's gone for Jackie.
hit advantage frames, a bunch of her attacks that, and then because of that, that'll lead to her.
I should turn
pressure on people.
to the side to make it look like I'm actually looking at the stream. Oh,
It's
yeah.
just Jackie
Yeah.
right now. You're not missing much.
Yeah.
And there's also increased hit advantage on the straight shotgun. Before, she basically got no hit advantage at all. Now she can kind of go in for a mix-up. She's not guaranteed like a huge mix-up, but now it's a little bit more for her to work with. And her 2-3 straight.
Tanya's going to be interesting. I'm curious how they handle her Rekkas now.
We don't want to skip Scorpion.
We're going to get to that in a little bit.
Alright, I'm just going to wait.
Alright. Enough being silly.
That list. You should share that list with everyone.
I prepared it. Paul Lucy and Stevenson.
Alright. Moving right along.
Kungjen just has one change.
I could be like Iron Man and...
That's really it.
He's had a couple of small frame changes and some of his strings.
Let's see
There were a
here.
couple of strings that were
Grab
+2,
that
they were
and just bring
+1
it
that were-
right up there.
but
Nah, it's
and then that's
covering
good
the
about
logo.
this is where
Bring it down
some
here.
people would miss ducking phones.
Yeah, I'm awesome.
Alright, Tanya.
Alright, Tanya, across the board are.
I feel like Jin could have used more nerfs.
Kopujitsu, the EX Rekka, the armor has been removed. She no longer has armor leading into more mix-ups.
Interesting.
And the EX Tonfatos is now neutral on block. It no longer guarantees more block strings. Just you can't like loop it over and over again. Her back one is also slower by 1 or 2 frames.
Yeah, I think it's 11 now instead of 10. The back one.
And But the good news is in Dragon Nana, a couple of moves do more damage. Her big upward one and her medium big poke that goes across.
This is good. I don't think they need to do much. It was just those Rekkas. You fix those Rekkas, I think she's going to be fine. Her mobility's going to be dumb, but I think the community's going to get used to that in time. I think over the years, we're going to find a way around that.
I think her mobility is the appeal of playing the character in the first place.
I would strongly agree with that, yes. It's definitely the most interesting part of Tanya.
I could think of
That's
more
my
interesting
favorite thing
parts.
about her when I'm playing as her is I basically
see what
have
you did there,
Pikachu's
Cyborg.
quick attack from Smash.
Say again?
The most interesting thing for me when I'm playing as her is I basically have Pikachu's quick attack from Smash.
It's sexy, yeah, no.
Scorpion match since I lose.
And she even has almost like a PK Thunder with that fucking air mix-up. I really like her design. I don't want her to hit her too hard.
I'm moody.
Well, while it's loading, I guess you can talk a little bit about Sonya's
Damn.
grenades because they've gone through a lot of changes.
Yeah, the grenades before they would actually bounce in the ground.
Okay.
And use like physics, and then with the new rollback online code, the grenades just sort of go and then they hit the ground and they stay there because just a general.
Okay, this is really big, because Demolition's fucking broke in my opinion.
But like frame-wise, it behaves exactly.
I'm not sure that's an opinion. I think that might just be an objective fact.
No, it's measurable. This is scientifically observed.
Because they hit more simply now instead of bouncing around. There's new combos you can do and they're all over the place.
Gotcha.
Her reload, when she reloads grenades, she grabs the grenades 5 frames faster than she did before.
Oh, it's still looking kind of broken to me.
Overall is the same, but that's
Yeah, it's hard to tell. I'm not...
reload grenades at will, and even if you do get punished for it, you'll have grenades then.
So far, it's just been buffs. So
Grenade roll,
Yeah, that's ironic.
just having grenades makes her a much more dangerous.
Which means doing a reload, knowing you're probably going to get punished, but you're going to have the grenades, is a very valid strategy that I use all the time. There was also a problem in the beta that's worth mentioning where her EX reload would always shoot 3 no matter what. That's been fixed. That was not like an intended balance change. That's something that is going to go back to the way it used to be.
Yeah, there were a few of those like Hellfire Scorpion.
I don't know. I'm not really sure what these grenade changes are. It's still kind of abstract to me. This is stuff I'm going to have to go to TYM to figure out what changed exactly. I'm just not sure what they did, to be honest with you. I know they literally just said it, but...
Some of the really good players found some
Yeah.
awesome stun grenade combos with using multiple stun grenades, and now those will now do significantly less damage.
Yeah, but all the combos still generally work. And they're all
Okay.
the same. There's actually
So they scaled it. They did what I
that's
said they
useful.
should have done to Cyrax in the last game. They just scaled the...
Sony player myself,
It's
I'm
still
happy with it.
no longer does it.
ridiculous, but...
He's gonna have to settle for a little bit less.
75.
Yeah.
Alright. Very good.
Scorpion.
Now she's just a really good, neutral, oaky character. She's not going to get the ridiculous shit anymore. She'll still have the ridiculous opportunities, it seems like, but maybe I'm misunderstanding. Like like I said, I'm going to go back to the notes on this one. I'm not really sure what they did here.
Not safe on block. So a lot of times you just do
Yeah.
like sort of it leaves them a little bit more of a mix-up. Something you can only use certain ranges. And
I don't know. She still looks like obnoxious to fight. Like she can just
and it makes just a little bit more dangerous.
She's still going to be zero fun to play against.
that electric grenade juggles too easily. I feel like you can sort of spam it.
100% be hit by it in pools.
Yeah,
There's no doubt about it.
and she gets opportunities for days afterwards, you know, so...
Scorpion actually
Yeah.
recovered after the opponent went to takedown hits. That's no longer the case. You can see how quickly Paula was able to jump over her after it. That wasn't possible before. Scorpion actually had to block some people's waves of attacks, but that's not going to happen now. And,
That's good.
especially
That's good.
The second hit of his sweep into Jitsu. It's one of the only sweeps in the game that's 2 hits, and he can actually go into a special move when it hits. Which before, he basically
Oh, that's cool.
the game.
Okay, so he has like a semi-safe... No, not safe, but...
And then his 2-1-4 now has advantage on block, but it has a gap in it. So a lot of people, when the game first came out, really liked the.
Oh, okay, that's very fascinating.
That's kind of bad, but it's a little bit more balanced than it was before because you have to guess. His 1-1 and his 2-1 also have a little bit more advantage on block.
Yeah, he's had a few frame changes, some of the other moves, so that'll also let you do some kind of different, but fireball like run cancel pressure.
Okay, this is going to be fun then. So it sounds like Scorpion's going to be more vulnerable, but he still has the dangerous shit he had before.
Well,
So
I
if you
wonder
know your
this
opponent
is-
doesn't have meter, that gap's not going to mean shit, probably.
Well, they were like those are changes to his normals, but are those just ninjutsu normals or?
No, that's across the board.
Okay.
214 was his universal combo starter for a lot of his bread and butters. So, but it was unsafe. Like what I would do is I would just do 2-1, and if I saw they were blocking, I wouldn't press 4 because I didn't want to be at disadvantage or that much at disadvantage. Now you can commit to the 214 and be safe, but if they have meter and they're fast enough, they can do an EX move in between the 2-1 and the 4. So you're still at risk, but you can kind of gauge their meter and see what your opportunities are. I like it a lot. I think it's a smart way to approach Scorpion. I think it's good.
Okay. I was
Also, his
wondering if they were
ninjutsu thing's
talking
an
about
overhead,
like
I think, but
canceling
not
like
sure.
his like in his sweep and stuff, and they said in ninjutsu you can do this, so I wasn't clear on what.
Yeah,
was...
no. Well, that you're right about that. That's gonna be ninjutsu only, but
I wonder because I feel like they pay all the attention to ninjutsu, and I think that's his most boring moveset because it's the one where he has less moves and doesn't do all the cool fire stuff.
my guess is because the other two are so good. So it's almost a blessing that those two are unchanged right now. Hellfire is still very strong. Summoner is still not Summoner, whatever. I can't remember.
Inferno is the
Yes, Inferno's still very strong.
Um,
But I know in the beta, his forward two, that spin wheel blade he does, that was an overhead for the second hit in the beta. So I'm not sure if they said that stuck around or not. That's gonna be scary if that's the case.
Yeah.
His EX sand grenade is now
What's this
mean,
Pokemon Moon
Yeah.
stage all about?
but more than it was.
Is that what people are saying in the chat, or?
No.
Really upset in the beta.
I know Pokemon Moon
The
is a
chat is
game that
pretty
wasn't
much
out.
just saying over and over again they want to see duelist Liu Kang buffs for some reason.
where a lot of these characters were, though.
Yeah, I don't really know how bad Duelist is. I've never spent any time with Duelist. So.
I've tried it and it's just a pain in the ass because like those red and black fireballs require so much setup. Like you know, it's like 10 buttons just to get a thing to hang in the air and explode later.
That's
I
what
mean,
she
from day
said.
one, it looked tedious.
Yeah, and he has that move in the white mode where he can heal himself, but it's so punishable it's literally useless.
Huh. Yeah, I think Elena in Street Fighter 4 was a good way to handle healing in general, but I don't know how you would translate that in Mortal Kombat.
Versions of the low girl toss and the overhead girl toss. And they
And listeners, sorry if I'm not commenting on all the changes, but sometimes I just want to talk to my friends. Sometimes I just want to chill with the people I'm with. So, Ferritor is a controversial topic because I think he's a lot better than people have been saying. At least early on, I think people now know he's pretty decent.
I find him a pain in the ass to fight.
Yeah, he's dangerous, and he's got a lot of crazy options. You know, a lot of good distance options. He has a lot of really good range.
He's I don't know, it's appropriate to his size, I guess, but he feels like fighting a boss character. Like he can armor through all these fucking things and
Isn't that cool though? Isn't it cool that we finally have like a boss-looking character that plays like a boss?
I wish it was Goro. You know?
We'll see, because Goro supposedly is going to get more changes, because everyone's
I
still
hope.
saying he's a bottom 5 character. People I respect are saying he's a bottom 5 character, so we'll see what happens to him.
So that's regular.
So the normal one goes about the same distance as before. Then like full screen, the answer. There we go. And it does a little bit more damage.
That's awesome.
I think it's a little unfortunate that
Overhead toss have been adjusted.
between the way story mode is sort of the way things play out and their move sets, I feel like Tor is tougher than Kotal Khan is.
And they did a backdash like
Yeah. Well, I mean, Kotal's hard. I don't think anyone really is decided on where Kotal stands on the tier list, but I feel like for immediate advantage, Ferritor seems like a more intuitive character and hits harder. And should anyone really hit harder than the Emperor of Outworld?
And then,
Yeah, like that's what bothers me.
some pretty cool changes too. The
Yeah, you know,
I feel like Kotal is kind of a jobber, like he's just keeping the seat warm until somebody real comes along.
block it absolutely point blank.
yeah.
From further range, it's less
There's arguably some truth to that in the story. I really thought before the game came out that Kotal was going to lose the throne, but it looks like that wasn't the case.
Well, I mean, I just thought he'd be more of a badass because he's so tall and because he is kind of a badass in the comic.
he's had a few
Well, you know, that's the weird thing. Like, in the comic, he's like this true noble,
characters in the game, but like
and in the in the game, he's more like a Stalin, you know, or
Yeah,
like a
he's also
Mao, where
running
he
around
just
like
like
he's
I gotta do as much
crushes
fucked up shit
Moro's
as I
dad's
can
head
because it's for the
and rips
greater
off
good.
Moro's arms.
And he cannot use 4-2 twice in the same
Flash fries rain. Like he keeps just wrecking people in the comic.
That's true, but with purpose, with purpose.
In game, he gets beat up by Jackie.
And I think Kung Jin, if I remember correctly.
Yeah, no, he gets beat by Kung Jin first, but I can kind of buy that because Kung Jin's at least a Shaolin monk. Like I think Jackie
Character select screen again.
should be the weakest of the four on the team.
Where were we?
Well, she has no history with anything.
Well, she's like not special. She doesn't have powers or anything. All she has are the gauntlets.
Yeah, she's a punchy character.
And when you play as her, they make you use the laser variation, which is the one I hate the most.
You know, that's how much I know about Jackie. I did not know she had a laser variation.
Well, yeah, she has. There's shotgun gauntlets, machine gun gauntlets, and gauntlets to shoot lasers.
So gauntlets.
Yeah, gauntlets. That's her thing. Well, I'm just like my dad, except I can take these off. Except my dad could take his off in MK3, and everybody's forgotten.
But the most interesting part about Jax is that he can't take him off. That's why it's interesting, you know? That's why it's cool.
Well, he's only been able to not take them off since MK9.
It's MK9. Yeah.
I kind of liked it when it was like the self-confidence angle.
Yeah, I half agree. I do like it with the self-confidence angle, but I like it only if it genuinely works. Like, I don't like the fact that Annihilation was holding him back.
Well, no, in Annihilation and in the cartoon, it sort of played like a Saturday morning cartoon moral of the story. Like, you can fight without those. Believe in yourself. No, like in MK2 and 3, it was like there was like a character development thing where he like fought Kintaro and was like not tough enough. And so he's like, you know, he's gearing up for war. He's like, I'll do whatever it takes to be stronger than these guys so I can defend Earth.
Praise Lord Shinnok. Moving on.
Nah, it's a shame they're probably not going to go that direction. Or they can't go that direction again.
Yeah, no, I feel like Jax doesn't have much character anymore, is all I'm saying.
Are they talking about Shinnok?
They just did.
Alright, Liu Kang.
Liu Kang just got a few. In Duelist,
Well, I'll have to go back to the patch notes for that one.
Yeah, we talked about it.
You win some, you lose some.
Mistakes were made.
I'm guessing they kept some of the beta changes where Imposter can now change his jump trajectory after a teleport, so that could be cool.
Alright, cool.
Well, with something neutral instead of plus, that's bullshit.
It does decent damage. It's now safe. It used to be full combo punishable. So now he has a safe option that's he's not going to get like a huge combo off of it, but he can choose to either cancel into a special move and take a risk, or just go for the safe option, which will really help him out. His 4-3-4, there was a thing in the beta where it was block infinite for briefly if he didn't have meter in the corner. That's now fixed.
That wasn't part of the plan.
That was actually not part of his balance updates.
Ruined.
His back 2 charge, when he charges it up, is now a little bit more advantage on block on each of the different levels of how it can be charged up.
Yeah, so a lot of times where you'll knock somebody down, and you'll be doing that where they're blocking on a wake up. And if you actually get to like the full charge version, he'll be a great advantage.
The back 1 is now faster, but it's been made a high. But it is significantly faster.
Yeah, and it'll even be even a better anti-air move that you can use to then be able to confirm it as some of these bigger combos.
Yeah, and he even has newer combos.
A lot of buffs for Ermac. Like, I don't mind the buffing him. I think he could use a little bit, but this is kind of like a Kano. I think
It's down a block now, so
it'll be easy to tilt him in the wrong direction if they're not careful.
Yeah, Ermac is one of those guys where it's like,
Some swaggy stuff.
I don't see him dominating, but I also like when I'm fighting against one, I feel like his moves are potentially too exploitable.
Yeah, Keith said it best. Keith said he didn't want to make Conra too good, even if he was low tier, because he's a scrub killer. You don't want to make someone like El Fuerte or Conra too good, in my opinion. Even if they do truly need the buffs, because you want to make the game fun first, balance second, you know?
It'll be a little bit easier to anti-air him. And then probably the big one is a lot of people have talked about how Kotal Khan has a lot of trouble against the Ice Clone. Well, the sundial now will break the ice clone.
Take that, ice clone.
Or go through it. No, it goes through it. Sorry, it goes through the ice
Interesting.
He's still in a big ass case.
clone. Yeah,
Yeah, absolutely, and it's probably hot.
yeah, it is. It's because it's sun.
That's
It's
right
got
through
sun
it.
energy.
That's right through it. Awesome. And
Yeah, so
Still
now-
fucking butthurt about Unbreakable.
Where-
Like that, I don't get it. Like that character is so bad.
grabs and stuff like that.
and Kotal's pretty good.
I
Kotal's already
don't know. Maybe they don't care because he's got 2 other variations that are strong.
Yeah, and I can't argue with that. Grandmaster is clearly his best, and Cryomancer is super viable. Ironically, the only like 7-3, possibly 8-2 matchup Sub-Zero has is against Sub-Zero. Cryomancer has no options against Grandmaster, and it's brutal.
And then it becomes a command grab mix-up again. So there'll be a little bit of general gameplay changes where you'll be able to do a lot more mind.
I know Django says you just gotta be patient, dude. And my response is patient for what?
And Reptile,
If I wait for your clone to disperse, you make another clone. So if I don't have meter, then I can't get through your clone. And even if I do have meter, I still have to make a read. If if you end up low blocking my fucking EX slide during, instead of going for that second clone, or instead of, going for a special, I'm gonna get blown the fuck up. So,
It's overall just a little bit better.
I don't know. We're gonna talk about that in the Warrior Shrine. We're gonna go over that matchup because that, in my opinion, that matchup is the least fun matchup in the game. Oh man, never has a mirror match hurt so fucking badly.
That stuff is being recoded for rollback code, which all that's been resolved now, so we should be back to working as normal.
Devora, now there is faster start on the EX Ovipositor Strike. That was one of her key weaknesses was her only armored move is the Ovipositor Strike, and it had very slow startup. So a lot of characters like Jax, even Kotal.
But this is a good character. I like the idea that she has a weakness. That's a good thing in my opinion.
Yeah. Again, not that different from Ermac.
It's also a
Can they
little bit
buff her
different from
face?
Block. So
Yeah.
Give her a wig?
it's still gonna be
Can you
one of her
can you
key
patch in
weaknesses.
that her vagina is in her vagina and not her stomach?
No, exactly. Yeah, fucking nerf that abdomen.
Broodmother, there's a faster cooldown on
It can't
the
open up anymore.
And her back knee big leg is a high and it's slower, but it's now significantly advantage on block.
Getting close to the end here. Raiden.
He's yet another character where his 4/4 big leg has more block advantage. His back 1/1, which is one of his fastest mids, it had kind of issues before where it would whiff against crouch blocking smaller characters. That's no longer the case. It's now a little bit lower to the ground, has a better hitbox.
Interesting. That's good.
Variation 2, his forward 1/2 back 2 no longer has a gap. That was a move he got in a patch quite a while ago.
What the fuck is variation 2? What the fuck? I don't know what that is.
Use the fucking names, man.
16-bit, help me out here, dude.
And then later on, you'll be able to do a setup into it where it's
Okay, it sounds like that's Lord of Storms.
Really noticeable. Those traps are, I think, 10 seconds. It's something like that. They're really good now.
great. I hope to see some more people playing the.
I've played PPJs.
Yeah, yeah.
It's really good.
Yeah.
Okay, conservative buffs. I'm fine with that. Oh,
Quan Chi has
this is gonna be
buffs,
big.
as always. Faster startup.
can't be a patch real quick.
Right. Quan Chi has been significantly buffed.
Oh my days.
Faster startup on EX Backdrop. It's not, he's not, T-Dot doesn't have the best armor in the game, but it's a little bit better than what it was. It's like a 0 out of 10 armor to like a 2 out of 10 armor. He also has less block advantage on EX Rune, but it can be delayed. So the idea is, I guess you can explain.
Yeah, it is. You can
Interesting. That's fair. I like that.
Wait a couple frames, you can actually make it safe by delaying it.
I like anything that makes Quan Chi players have to think. Like anything that makes them use brain cells is a nerf to them. I like it.
Plus a block like it was before. But if the person anticipated you were going to do that, they'd be able to backdash your armor through it. So it's a little bit more of a guessing game, and instead of like fully in his advantage, but he still has it's still a really good tool to use.
Yeah, and there is a sweet spot where he can get just.
Come on, let's talk about Summoner.
There's no gap, but he's still slightly advantaged.
Yeah.
Or he can, like you said, he can go up straight to being, plus 14 like he was before. That's the longest delay.
Yeah, and it's something where if it's near the round ender and you're looking at
It's like, are they done? Are they going to Goro?
skull, which is still
Yeah.
No, don't stop
so
now.
you can use that with strings and then repeat it.
There's also less hit advantage on a trance. When he hits the trance, Quan Chi takes a little bit more time before he can do something. So
Yeah, and because of that, it will make it where if you choose to summon a
That's fair. I like that.
you won't be able to continue your combo afterwards, but you will be able to do something like do a bat instantly and then like jail them with the down one, and then they'll force the black then send the bat. So it'll make like the combos won't be as big with summoner, but you'll be able to just do different things. Where now you can just end your combo into a knockdown. I think it's a 2-3-1 is the combo that knocks the guy back down, and you can do that into like some of the bat where the guy won't be able to punish.
Okay, that's fair. I think that's better. Honestly, I think for the most part, Summoner is dumb, but he's not broken. I just think he's fucking ridiculous.
Yeah, I don't know.
He's a coin flipping character, and if you guess wrong 3 times, it's over. 2 times possibly. So they changed his advantage with bat. They changed some of the damage opportunities. So that'll do. I'll take it. I didn't want them to hit this character too hard anyway. I think he is an interesting character.
Yeah, I guess.
Quan Chi was due to be good. He was due to having a good tier placement. So
That's true, I suppose.
I mean, he was really interesting in MK9, but he was a glass cannon. He had to blow all his meter for really big opportunities.
Yeah, that's true. I don't know. I just wish if he was going to have a really strong variation, it wasn't Summoner. Just because I don't like the aesthetics.
Well, I just don't like the idea that Quan Chi needs help. You know, maybe if you can like summon like a Revenant, like he has Kung Lao's special move, that would be cool.
The reason Summoner bothers me is because the only thing he summons is that bat. Like if there were maybe 3 different kinds of monster or zombie, like more like Jill in Marvel vs. Capcom 2.
See, it would be cool if he could, instead of a bat, he could summon a flying Sindel, and that's his mix-up tool. Like, that would be sick. I would be all over that.
That would be kind of cool. But I don't know, I just like to see, like, bat, dog, revenant. You know, something like that.
Horse?
The horse could be a thing.
A flying horse
the horse
mix-up.
to one of his finishers. He should have a finisher where he summons 2 horses, and he ties you to them, and then they run in opposite directions and quarter you.
I think there's good opportunities here. I don't know why they went that direction. It looks like they didn't change much with Goro. That's disappointing.
Yep.
Tremor's good. I hope he gets hit hard.
I wonder why Goro's even in the game. Like, they don't seem to care.
Apparently he's not. Like, if you play the story, he's clearly not.
Yeah, like, he's not in the game, but his face is on the select screen. It's weird.
Yeah, it's really strange.
I believe it's actually -10.
Wow. That's a big difference. That's big. You can do a lot of shit in a 10-frame window.
Yeah, a lot of the guaranteed setups where you can knock somebody down and then while they're on the ground be able to hit them with unblockable moves like the ground pounds or like the girl stop. Those moves will actually continue the combo scaling. Now, so if you finish a big combo that had like a decent amount of combo scaling on it, and then you hit them with the guaranteed ground pound with any of these characters, that ground pound will actually be combo scaled. But the thing you can do is delay it slightly, where as soon as they can do a backdash or a wake-up attack, that will look like cancel out your move. Then the damage scaling will actually be reset. Something where it'll be a little bit more fair for players on knockdown to not have to take like a 13% damage constantly. But he can just delay it a little bit, and then you have to guess to get out of it.
And that's all those style of moves, not just Tremor.
Cool.
All right, so that's some of the balance changes, right? Or there's still more to come, or to be shown.
Right.
These are I would say the major ones. There's a little hitbox kind of stuff that the really hardcore guys.
Yeah, there'll still be a lot of quality.
Oh, wow.
Yeah, he's got no beard.
You guys will be super into that we didn't go through.
Yeah. Looks like Ron Swanson.
I told you.
You were not wrong.
Spoken. Thank you, Paulo.
Jungo said he looks like Super Mario.
Yeah, I can see that.
Yeah. Derek, I got beat, and I read on Twitter, people thought I gave up early.
Yeah, you did. I mean, by picking
But didn't he win the beard match?
No, he lost because they did a double or nothing at the very end. And
Oh, that's right.
I like Lansdowne's Cactus Jack shirt. I just noticed that.
typical Molina.
Yeah, I was gonna say, I almost feel like Tyler Lansdowne wearing a Mick Foley shirt is somehow meta.
It works. It works.
So we're gonna do random.
See, I didn't know what that was. Now I know.
And it'll be best 2 out of 3 then.
2 out of 3. Random select.
Random select, but Derek and I each get 1 veto, which means I can veto the character that I get, or I can veto the character that Derek.
It's funny, because when he had to shave his beard, they said he could keep a goatee, and he's all like, no, I'm just gonna surprise you tomorrow. The price was mustache.
Whoever wins, we random select the next game.
I like a little mustache surprise. Nothing wrong with that.
Might save your veto for the second round.
It doesn't look that bad on him.
Yeah, the mustache, I think, got an unfair rap in the 40s and the 70s. It's working against the
The problem
grain.
with the mustache is it's not for everybody.
Oh, certainly not, no.
And then do it on the count of 3. You count it off.
Okay, hold on.
Okay.
Like,
I
there's no
can't
such
even
thing as a
grow a
pedophile
mustache.
beard.
1, 2, 3.
Now, the mustache is the only thing I can't grow, and I've always been really sad and disappointed about that.
All right.
I guess I can do with this. I'm just gonna neutral jump.
So do you want to like comment on this, or are we done here?
I think we're done. I'm wondering when they're going to post the list on TYM.
Why'd you push to the button? You didn't give me a chance.
Well, I'm sorry.
Why would you veto his ferret?
Veto my button.
All right. Well, let's wrap this up then. Anything worth of note that you want to just discuss before we?
All right. I mean,
Some disappointments. I had more hopes for Goro. I mean, maybe it also remember I'm talking to you guys too, so I may have missed some stuff. I don't think what they did with Unbreakable is going to be enough. The problem is he has a cool opportunity with Slide, but he already was so meter heavy. So the one buff he gets requires meter for real. I just feel like fundamentally this character is so hard to use. So why not? Maybe give him more damage. That's something fundamental. That's something that's going to translate into every situation. Maybe give him a better parry. You know, because the non-EX parry is damn near fucking useless. And even the EX one is suspect. And if it does work, well, he's out a bar of meter. Why can't he keep his fucking meter? Like, I don't know. So that's really disappointing. Goro didn't get much, it seems. But you know what? I think Goro's better than people are giving him credit for, so I don't feel too bad about that. I think Goro's not doing well because the community wants to... MK9 had the same problem, you know? They would say a lot of characters are bad because they couldn't play them like a Kung Lao or like a Cabal or like a Smoke. And like Jax, everyone thought he was low tier in the beginning. And then they figured him out. Once they got the playstyle and realized, what am I supposed to do? He was really good. I think Goro's going to be in that same vein, but we'll see.
I hope so. I'd like to see him viable.
I mean, he fucking won a major. Like, granted, it was a counter pick, but he still won a major, so... I don't know. Did they even talk about Reptile? Is Reptile just completely unchanged?
I feel like they mentioned something at some point, but I wasn't paying attention because it's Reptile.
Yeah. I mean, he's another one who I think is really good and honestly doesn't really need anything. I think he's fine.
Yeah, Reptile's alright. He's not one of my characters.
He was gonna be. He's hard. He's really hard to use, you know? I feel like if you can get him going, he's great, but...
I don't know, I just feel like I'm sort of turned off by the fact that he's like one of those guys who, well, maybe he's the only one who kept all their normals in all 3 variations, and all they get are these weird, almost like injustice traits as a variation. Which we talked about that a lot when the game was coming out.
I don't know the rationale sometimes. It doesn't make sense to me. But here's the main reason I'm butthurt about Unbreakable. Why does Ermac, a character who's already good, and people will say he's bad, they're wrong, he's good, get significant multiple buffs, but Unbreakable gets only 1 buff and it's meter dependent? That doesn't make sense to me. Why is that? Like, that's infuriating to me. Is no one else mad about this? Like, is no one else upset? I don't get it. What the fuck is wrong with them? Like,
I'm sure there are people who will agree with you there. But I don't know. I mean, I play Grandmaster. Django plays Grandmaster, right?
Yeah, he does.
So that's a thing.
Yep.
I mean, I appreciate Unbreakable from having watched you play it. It's a fun looking variation, and you're strong with it. I appreciate the effort you're putting in.
It looks great. Like it's like a really sexy girl who's bad in bed. That's what Unbreakable's like. You know, so it just looks so swag, you know, but oh man, it Kano as well. Like Kano, we were seeing Kano succeed in tournament. He was taking tournament matches. Why does he get more buffs than Unbreakable? It doesn't make any damn sense to me. Maybe it's because they think he's like a Shiva. I've always said Shiva's one of those characters you cannot balance. She's either going to be trash or she's going to be too good. Maybe that's what they think Unbreakable is, you know?
I would wonder maybe there's a meta aspect to it where they figure, well, everybody already plays Scorpion and Sub-Zero, but what we want is to get all these lesser guys more playtime.
Yeah, well, that's exactly what TYM was saying. It was pissing me off. They were like, we need to buff Kano, not because he's bad, but because he won't be tournament relevant. In other words, I want my character to be better so other people can use him. That drives me nuts.
Yeah.
That is just the worst mentality, you know? You want your character to have more representation, fucking buy a ticket to Orlando or Las Vegas or Los Angeles or Anaheim and fucking play your damn character. Like, that's... I'm sorry, listeners. I'm not angry at you. I'm not even angry at the Kano community. I love the Kano community too. You're infuriating, you're frustrating, but I love you. But it just
well, what you're saying makes sense. I mean, for me, I just want to see like balance across the board. I want as many characters to be viable as possible, so that if I'm watching a stream of Evo or you know another tournament, I'm not seeing anybody play the same guy. Like, I don't want 10 Kung Laos. I don't want, you know, Marvel vs. Capcom 2.
Yeah,
I want to see a lot of variety in the field.
I feel like people just don't want to learn the game. They want a gimmick that works and works right now. I think Kano has a lot of good shit, but he's honest. Like, as good of a character... Well, he's not that fucking honest. He's not that honest. He has safe mix-ups and Cutthroat that lead to really decent damage. I mean, that is not a small plus. That is a big deal. I just don't think people want to put in the work, dude. And part of it is our community's not as big as Capcom, so we can't get all the... This is one of my favorite classic fatalities, by the way. I just feel like people are being lazy. And, I mean, to their credit, they have that right. They have a right to be lazy, you know? You know, if your character's super hard to learn, you're not obligated to use that character. If you want to go to a Kung Jin instead... That is perfectly within your rights, but don't ask for buffs because of that. That's what drives me nuts.
Yeah, I mean, I'm not really in any position to criticize other people for playing lazy, because we've been over time and again what my playstyle is. I just pick the guy whose combos are the same button 4 times.
But Liu Kang takes work. I mean, it's not like you're playing Summoner Quan Chi because you're too lazy to learn Duelist. You're playing Liu Kang, you know? That's a good... mostly honest character. I don't know if did they mention any changes about Liu Kang?
They did right after.
At all.
They did right after Shinnok, but you guys talked over that when you were mentioning how Shinnok was talked about.
It's amazing how it's a vicious cycle, you know.
Well, I had my eyes on the screen. I never saw the cursor on Liu Kang.
They did, or at least I heard him mention him.
Well, that'll be interesting, you know. That will be interesting.
I don't know, like, I feel like Liu Kang, at least, Fiery Fist is already pretty strong. There's nothing really I would complain needs buffed or nerfed with him.
I've seen everything but Duelist in tournament. Tournament's the only one, Duelist is the only one I've not seen in tournament.
Yeah.
And I don't want to be too negative. I do like the fact that they're showing these changes on stream. I mean, I'm still a little confused. Are they playing... Is this a belt match?
I think they're doing the belt thing, yeah.
It's got the belt in my corner.
Did we not just do that yesterday?
They have to do it every stream.
Well, he wants to win his beard back? I don't...
Like it's in a box somewhere with a lock, and he can only get it back if he wins the match.
Yeah.
I'll be interested I think out of everyone, the most interesting is Kenshi. I want to see if Pig of the Hut, you know, approves or disapproves. Because, I mean, people argue that maybe Kenshi was fine before, and he's like Kano, people just didn't want to put in the work. I don't necessarily think that's true with Kenshi. I think Kenshi really does have real problems, but it doesn't matter if he's fixed or not. What matters is if people are going to play him now. And I know that sounds like a paradox, how I was just blowing up the Kano community for saying that. But, I just... I don't know. I do want to see Kenshi in tournament. I don't ever think that's a reason to buff a character, but it would be cool if we see him in tournament now because of the changes. But a lot of the changes were to his strings. I don't really know what that translates to. I don't know if that's going to make people happy or unhappy. Or a lot of the subtleties I miss just because of the nature of live streaming this stuff.
Do you feel that you're about to...
There's just too much fighting game shit right now, man. There's way too much. Smoke comes out Tuesday. I'm still playing Street Fighter V. Killer Instinct comes out in less than a month.
Oh yeah.
It's gonna be busy.
It's funny because like just yesterday or the day before, the Tusk teaser came out.
It does. And it looks like they modeled him after Brandon Alexander. It looks like they modeled him after my friend from Ultra Arcade. So that's interesting. Or Maximilian. Maybe it's a cross between both. Like, Brandon's actually from Norway, I think. I actually think he was born in Norway. So the fact that Tusk is a Viking now is kind of cool.
Yeah, I like the... Well, it's like 75% Viking, 25% Scottish.
Yeah, that's confusing. Is there snow in Scotland? I don't know.
It's Northern Europe. I mean, I think the aesthetics fit together well enough. Like,
I'm sure they have hard
I
seasons
think it's
in
a
Scotland.
cool idea. Like, I like it a lot better than generic caveman that he was before.
Yeah.
All right, well, let's send this little horsey to pasture.
I feel like horse is a theme of this stream. I feel like that's the ongoing motif.
Sure. Well, thanks for watching, guys, for the patch notes and people's reactions and all that goodness. Hopefully your character that you play got what you wanted, and hopefully the character you hate the most got, nerfed to shit. So, on that note, look forward look forward to the strip show going up tonight. I have it already done. I just wanted to wait till after this to put it up for the weekend. So that'll be up a little bit later. This should go up immediately. So anyways, on that note, adios.
Yeah, thanks for listening, guys.
Yep, peace out.